Horns add to the lore of keeping Austin weird. Ops on notice that Texas is to be feared. Keeping the burnt orange and white loyal, harkening back to the days of Darrell K. Royal. And the success of, not the return of the Mac, Ricky juking and leaving bodies on their back. Horns Up in 2024 is no passing lark, deftly orchestrated by Coach Sark. 40 Acres is back, no cap, and so too Quinn Ewers, golden and blue, flummoxing their pursuers. At Bevo to the lingo, AP number 2, bingo! So much tradition and history still in college football, but still so many things new to consider. Nothing new, a star-studded sideline as always here, including Matthew McConaughey on the side of the Longhorns. And a moment ago, Quinn caught up with the head coach of Texas.
Coach, how have you combated potential complacency based on last week's great road win in Michigan?
Well, we're nowhere near a finished product. We've got to go earn every game that we get. We know got a really good opponent today. UTSA is a very good football team, and we need to play better than we played last week. And that's been the message all week, that, hey, we're entitled to nothing. We got to go earn it.
Well, they're going to have to earn it on defense first. Owen McCowan will come out in quarterback. He's the orchestrator of this UTSA offense. Last week, taking one on the chin against their in-state rivals, Texas State. There's a look at the measurables. If the name sounds familiar, the surname McCowan, his father is the quarterback coach with the Minnesota Vikings right now, former collegiate and NFL player. First down and 10 from their own 25-yard line. McCowan completing 44% of his passes last week in that defeat. Robert Henry Jr., the lone back. They come out in 10 personnel. McCowan fires a strike complete to his tight end, Cardenas, for the first down. An 11-yard pickup on the play, an authoritative throw by McCown, Roddy.
And that's what UTSA is going to have to do. Get the ball out quick. They struggled to protect McCown a week ago.
They're going to toss it to Henry. Into the boundary. He'll pick up a tough 2 yards, or maybe even just one. Barron making the stop on the play. Jeff Traylor is the fifth year head coach for UT San Antonio. He's the winningest coach in school history. And prior to his arrival on campus, wins were hard to come by. McCown pulls down the sidelines, incomplete, intended for Willie McCoy. It sets up a 3rd down and 9. He was working against Jahdae Barron, one of those veteran cornerbacks for the Longhorns. Coach Sarkisian, meanwhile, 5-7 in his first year, 8 wins in year 2, including a bowl game. Last year, 12-2, and on a steady climb right now. Little tunnel screen, complete out to the 40-yard line. That's McEwen. Stopped up by Anthony Hill Jr. Picked up 3 yards, not enough for the first down. And it's a 3 and out for UT San Antonio. Roddy, so much flavor here when it comes to college football, right?
This feels like what college football is all about. I mean, this is a regional rivalry. 2 schools very close to each other. UTSA right down the road. An incredible environment and a nice job by this Texas defense to start.
A couple of schools separated just 79 miles of Interstate 35. Silas Bolden back for this punt. A high spiral, which caroms out of bounds at about they spotted at the 16-yard line, where it'll be 1st down and 10 for the SEC Offensive Player of the Week. On the back of that stellar performance last week at Michigan, Quinn Ewers was 24-36, threw 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and had total command of this potent Texas offense. He's 8-0 in his last 8 road games in front of a friendly crowd here this Saturday evening. Bond in motion. Ewers threw behind his receiver, caught by Golden. Welcome everyone to Darrell K. Royal Stadium here in Austin, Texas. And Campbell and Williams Field. I'm Mark Jones alongside Roddy Jones, Quint Kesselnick down in the field. Texas Longhorns taking on UT San Antonio. That's Quinn Ewers completing the pass to Bond, who likes his defenders shaken, not stirred. Picks up a first down and a missed tackle on the play as well. He picked up 11 yards. Coach Steve Sarkisian in his 4th season on the sidelines. Just 5 wins in his first year, 12 wins in his 3rd year, and right now ranked a lofty number 2 in the AP rankings. Coming off a big win, maybe the biggest win of the college football season last week at Michigan. Ewers taking a shot and overshoots his receiver at the 15, intended for the transfer Matthew Golden. It'll be 2nd down and 10 coming up. There's a look at the head coach, Jeff Traylor, in his 5th season on the sidelines for UT San Antonio. They lost to their in-state rivals last week, Texas State. 2nd down and 10. Helm in motion. He had a big week last week against Michigan. Ewers fires complete on the UTSA side of midfield. Ryan Wingo pulls it in safely for the first down reception.
That's a pro throw from Quinn Ewers. Back to the defense, play action, comes off of it, delivers on a dig route over the middle. That is why NFL teams are salivating with number 3.
16-yard gain on the play. This is Bond. Made a couple of tacklers miss, pushed out of bounds finally at the 30-yard line by Davison. And another first down for Texas.
This is the previous play. Back to the defense. The defense can change when that happens. So a lot of college teams have kind of gotten away from it, but it's still an NFL principle. There's a lot of NFL experience on this staff, particularly Steve Sarkisian, who is an offensive coordinator in the NFL.
On the around to Moore Jr. Not much room. Good tackle and a pickup of just 1 on the play at the 29-yard line. Martavius French making the tackle for the Roadrunners.
Just a little quick toss to DeAndre Moore, a guy who they want to get involved. Has not had a catch, did not have a catch in the first 2 games, but the coach has said, look, he has done a lot right for this team. Clearing out routes, blocking on the perimeter, gets a touch there. It's part of this explosive receiving corps.
Ryan Niblett in the backfield. On 2nd and 9, Ewers. Out of the backfield, flares it out. Niblett with the catch and the run. And another Longhorn first down. Roddy, a great block on the edge by Gunnar Helm as well.
Yeah, it looks like a simple swing pass, but Gunnar Helm is out in front of Niblett going and blocking. Watch Gunnar Helm right here. He's out in front, and it ends up being like a one-man screen pass. He gets a nice block out front. Had a great game a week ago, did Gunnar Helm, 98 yards and a touchdown. He does a lot of the dirty work, but he has really had a nice season this early in this year.
15-yard gain. Ewers underneath, and a good open field tackle at the 9-yard line on Juan Davis. We have a flag down in the field. Let's see what the flag is all about. Remember, Texas began the Michigan game with an impressive opening drive just like this one so far. And this is going to go against the Roadrunners.
Holding. Defense number 21. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
Denver Harris with the infraction.
Looked like he was trying to have this dance, man. Yeah. Would you like a waltz or a tango?
They got really close. 9:46 to go on this opening drive. Here's a look at what Texas has done so far this season in the red zone. 10 touchdowns in 11 opportunities.
They've been lethal, and a lot of that has to do with the guy who's taking the snaps, his mobility, his ability know exactly where the defense is going, and they've been able to run the ball as well.
Jared Gibson in the backfield. They call him Baby Rhino. Ewers with a dart. Touchdown, Texas. Isaiah Bond.
It's a little RPO, but Quinn Ewers knows he's going to the receiver, just a flash fake, and you cannot throw the ball. You can't place the ball. You couldn't walk the ball better to Isaiah Bond than that throw right there, right on the upfield shoulder pad. It's indefensible.
Wow. Ewers with his 7th touchdown pass of the season, the 44th of his career, and in back-to-back weeks, opening impressive drives by Texas. Last week they had a touchdown reception called back. No such situation this time, as Coach Sarkisian sees his team take an early 7-0 lead. Nothing wrong with that hand, at least on that throw. Yeah, strike a pose. Back after this. An impressive 8-play, 84-yard drive by Quinn Ewers in the Texas offense a moment ago. Ewers was 7 of 8 on that drive. Every single play was a pass. And now the Roadrunners will get an opportunity with Owen McCown, 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Texas leading 7-0. Roddy Jones, Coach Sarkisian telling us that he feels like he has 20 or 30 leaders on this team, and the team adage is be enamored with us. It's showing.
It is. This is a perfect letdown spot. You've got the big win at Michigan where you perform great. Everybody's patting you on the back. Your quarterback's a Heisman Trophy favorite now. But he said this is about Texas and the Texas standard. And the first drives on offense and defense have certainly shown that they have really embodied what that mantra means.
Let's see what the Roadrunners and McCown can get done here on their 2nd possession of the football game. The lefty pulls, and it's complete for a gain of about 6 yards. Let's go down to Quint.
One area of concern for Texas is the health of their running back group. Jaden Blue is not active today. He left the Michigan game. He actually left Michigan State with a boot around his right foot. And on that first series, the play prior to the touchdown, Trey Wisner injured, walked off into the tent. He was evaluated, and now he's back on the bench doing sprints. Keep in mind, this is a Longhorn roster playing without C.J. Baxter, their best running back, out with an ACL during the summer, and without Christian Clark. So you're going to see a lot more of Ryan Niblett today, number 21, former receiver.
Great work, Quint. Their depth really going to be tested. Defensively, though, they're standing on business right now. Baron Sorrell making the tackle for a loss on the play, and a quick 3 and out. A loss of 6 on that run.
Baron Sorrell right there in the middle. Does a nice job shedding the block, getting up the field, and making the tackle in the backfield.
There's a lot said about their lack of sacks last week, right?
But they've created pressures. That's the thing. They've done a really nice job. 14, they've been credited with 14 pressures so far this year. They've charted a couple more. They've affected the passer and been in the backfield. It just hasn't led to sacks.
Hogan with the punt. And Golden will watch it. Golden will watch it go out of bounds. Quinn Ewers, the odds-on favorite for the Heisman Trophy, taking the field when we come back. Quinn Ewers back on offense now for Texas. Looked like his right hand might be a little bit of an issue. You see him massaging it there and fidgeting with it as he was when he came off after that touchdown pass on the previous series. Meanwhile, Wisner back in the backfield for Texas. Their depth going to be tested here this afternoon, as Quint alluded to a moment ago. 1st and 10. Ewers checks down, picked off. Overshot Wisner in the flat, and the Roadrunners have the football. Owen Pee-wee with a huge play for UTSA. No small thing for Pee-wee.
No, it's not. It's a mega thing for Pee Wee. But Quinn Ewers just off balance. He's looking downfield, trying to go to his receiver on the big corner. He's off balance, tries to sling it out, overthrows Wisner badly, and you wonder, after taking that knock on the thumb, did it have anything to do with the overthrow?
Great point.
And he was off platform, off balance. It's a bad throw, but you wonder if that thumb was bothering him a little bit.
That was his first pick that he's thrown this season. Meanwhile, the Roadrunners, with their second interception of the year, they run it between the tackles this time, down to the 32-yard line. That's Robert Henry Jr., brought down by Colin Simmons, a gain of 6 on the play. Sets up a 2nd down and 4. They keep it on the ground again, and it's Henry Jr. again, setting up a 3rd and short. Picked up 3. Well, next week's ABC Saturday night matchup has number 7 Tennessee and Norman squaring off against Oklahoma. Coverage beginning at 7:30 Eastern time, and live sports with where to watch only on ESPN app and ESPN.com. The ultimate viewing guide to live sports. 3rd down and 1.
And Texas having a chance to substitute. UTSA in these situations typically goes fast and traps you in your personnel grouping, but Texas got fresh defensive linemen on the field.
Timeout.
And Texas is going to call a timeout. Let's go down to Quinn.
Confusion. Count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 10 Longhorns on the field there.
That's not enough, Q. That's not enough.
Timeout. Timeout, Texas.
This is that last play for Texas. You see 2 Texas defenders running off the field, and when they get off, it's only 9 Texas players on the field for that 3rd down.
Thus the timeout. 3rd and 1 for the Roadrunners. It's going to be close. Don't think that they made it to the 28-yard line. Alfred Collins with a stop on Robert Henry Jr. So an intriguing 4th and short coming up for the prohibitive underdogs here today, led by head coach Jeff Traylor.
No surprise, they're leaving the offense out. In this situation, you go for it in that no man's land, be an incredibly long field goal.
4th and short. Toss into the boundary. Won't get it. Texas impervious on that play. Benham making the stop along with Taffy.
The runner did not reach the line to gain. The ball goes over on down.
Jahdae Barron right there on the corner does such a good job of not getting sucked in a quarterback sneak formation. He sets the edge, makes the running back turn in, and then from the inside, Benda and Michael Taft clean up with Jahdae Barron turn back to him. Nice job by that Texas defense. 3rd and short, 4th and short, picking up their quarterback who threw an interception just a moment ago and getting off the field.
We had a great visit with Taft yesterday. And there's a great bit of chemistry between those DBs. 3 of them, 3 of the starters from the Austin area. Got a flag on the play.
False start. Offense number 52. 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
Yeah, Taft and Barron, starting DBs, have known each other for a while. Steve Sarkisian has had a lot of good retention here at Texas in terms of keeping players in-state home and keeping them once they've gotten here. Gain of about 2 by Wisner. Out of DeSoto, Texas. 2nd down at about 13. Martavius French making the stop on the play. Rodney, that was the first run of the ball game for the Longhorns.
The first 8 plays, all passes were great. Got you in the end zone. The last 2, a pass ended up in an interception and then a false start.
Ewers gets it out, completes this one. Gain of about 4 out to the 31 to Matthew Golden, the transfer from Houston. Great visit with him yesterday. Came in early once he got out of the portal and on campus here to build some chemistry with his quarterback Quinn Ewers. 3rd down and 10. Four receivers for Ewers. An understated runner will come up a little bit short by about 2 yards at the 38. He picked up 7, but not nearly enough. So after the 4th down stop by the Longhorns defense, the offense unable to pick up a first down. So
and the offense is hanging out.
Not.
They're hanging out on the field, 4th and short.
Let me pump the brakes a little bit, partner.
I mean, Steve Sarkisian being aggressive here, apparently.
4th and 3. Do you like it?
I do. Let's, you know, you had great success on the first drive. False start kind of got you behind the chains.
Ewers complete. That's why he left the offense on the field. Isaiah Bond, who had the touchdown reception on the last drive, picks up the first down with an 18-yard catch and run.
It's confidence in your skill position. It's confidence in your quarterback. It's just a little shallow drag. Some natural picks happen. The defender hits one of his teammates. Isaiah Bond open over the middle. Quinn Ewers delivers an accurate pass, and it's a 4th down conversion.
Moore in motion on 1st and 10. Ewers checks it down, complete to Wisner, and he got rocked, but still picked up 9 yards on the play. Ligon making the tackle for the Roadrunners.
On the interception, Quinn Ewers' feet got a little lazy on this one. He shows you how good those feet can be in the pocket, just maneuvering into little pockets of space, delivering to his check down for a nice gain.
Hands it off, and Wisner will move the chains again for the Longhorns. Wisner was really symbolic of their prolific offense last week, and Coach Sarkisian said that he really set the tone on a second quarter run when he picked up about 15 yards, and instead of running out of bounds, he sought out contact and ran over one of the Michigan defenders. Another completion for a gain of 8 to Bolden.
And Mark, it wasn't just any Michigan defender. It was Will Johnson, their all-everything corner, the All-American, presumptive first-round pick. And Trey Wisner said, "This is my house today," right. In the big house. Will Johnson.
2nd and 1. Quintravion, a.k.a. Trey Wisner, brought down by Buxton, a 4-yard gain on the play. Clock running with 2.5 minutes to go in this opening quarter. Gibson in the ball game now at tailback. Wisner on the sidelines. He's one of those leadership voices on the team, albeit just a sophomore. 9th play of the Longhorn drive. Ewers, they found a seam on that front, and Gibson picks up another first down for Texas, an 11-yard gain.
It's a really nice job by DJ Campbell, the right guard, and Juan Davis, the H-back, opening up a massive hole on the counter. Those two pullers coming around, kicking out, leading up. And Gibson has the easy job right behind. He's a freshman, but I think this guy is going to be a phenomenal football player when it's all said and done.
1st and goal from the 9. Ewers hits his man out of the backfield, 1 man to beat, but a good tackle in the open field. 21. Can you do something for me? Harris with the stop on Bolden.
Do your thing, 21. Do your thing. It's a nice open field tackle.
He sure did. Gain of 1 on the play. We have an injured offensive lineman down in the field. It looks like Kelvin Banks Jr. That offensive line has been very good. 4 of 5 returners. Let's check in with the studio. Hey, you got the 21. Yeah, Lewis Riddick could be pretty happy right now, one of our colleagues, right?
He's going to be fired up.
Yeah.
That's a gritty win for Pitt. And that game has delivered regional rivalry.
And I'm telling you.
How about West Virginia playing Penn State and Pitt early in the year?
Yeah.
Now they obviously took an L this week, but
A lot of emotional capital in those two games.
absolutely.
And hey, I know that my neighbor down there in South Florida, Dan Marino, is going to be happy after that result. Didn't mean to flex like that, Roddy.
I mean, I wasn't going to say it. I was going to pick up that name you dropped and hand it back to you. It's a good sign for Texas.
Yeah.
Kelvin Banks Jr. walking off. Top 10, 15 prospect in this upcoming NFL draft. All everything left tackle. I hope that we'll see him back on the field at some point during this one.
Yeah, Trevor Gooseby will come in his place at that position. Ewers has completed passes to 7 different receivers. Everybody getting a chance to eat here so far in the first quarter.
False start. Offense number 56. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
You bring in one new offensive lineman and they fall apart, Ronnie? Is that how it works?
It's the second time the right side of the offensive line has been called. I mean, as good as they've been when they've been able to run plays, they've had some operational issues.
Golden in motion. Ewers gets it out, incomplete. The whistle blows. It might have been a lateral. It was. Niblett fell on the loose ball, and it's going to be spotted back at the 19-yard line. A rare miscue for the Texas offense.
Coach Sarkisian talked about it, and you said at the beginning, let's be enamored with ourselves. The Texas standard is what we're trying to live up to. Even though at times it looked very easy, some unforced, uncharacteristic errors that'll really annoy a head coach who wants them to go out and perform to their standard.
3rd and goal all the way back at the 19 now. Roadrunners with pressure, the quick slant, hot receiver on the move, touchdown Cook. Jonte Cook with his first touchdown catch of the season and the first of his career, capping a 12-play, 69-yard drive. Mr. Fix-It, Quinn Ewers, got it right on that throw.
It's great play design by Steve Sarkisian. Great call. Just a little quick slant off the line of scrimmage with 2 blockers going in front. Because the safeties split in the middle, I mean, it's wide open. It's like the parting of the Red Sea. And Quinn Ewers has his 45th career touchdown pass, breaking a tie for 6th most at Texas with none other than Vince Young.
Wow. Impressive company. 6 seconds to go in the opening quarter. 14-0 lead for the Longhorns with their lofty #2 ranking. In a new era under the lights here at DKR, OK Royal Stadium, as the Longhorns move into the SEC. There's a bunch of dates they have circled on their calendar. Roadrunners will have it 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Boy, what does Owen McCown have to do to get his team going here offensively, Roddy? They had a great opportunity, got stopped on 4th down.
They did. The interception gave them great field position. They ran the ball well up the middle for the first 2 plays, and then Texas shut the door. You're just looking for some rhythm offensively. Get some completions. See if you can pick up a couple first downs. Keep that defense on the sideline for a little bit.
Gonna hand it off on 1st down. Rocco Griffin fought hard for a yard on the play, and that's going to be the end of the first 15 minutes of play here in Austin, Texas. Roadrunners trailing 14-0. This guy's cooler than the other side of the pillow. Quinn Ewers. A lot of dap to go around when you're up by 14.
Coach, give me a positive from that first quarter.
Our defense did a great job turning them over. We had 3rd and 1, didn't execute 3rd or 4th down. We moved the ball relatively well. We just got to execute on the little short details, and we're okay. We just got to try to get something here before it gets away from us.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank y'all.
During that span, Texas soccer returns to Mike A. Myers Stadium next Thursday, September 19th at 7 p.m.
You're watching ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by IHG Hotels and Resorts. This is the SEC on ESPN. And a moment ago, Quinn caught up with head coach Jeff Traylor.
Coach, give me a positive from that first quarter.
Our defense did a great job turning them over. We had 3rd and 1, didn't execute 3rd or 4th down. We moved the ball relatively well. We just got to execute on the little short details, and we're okay. We just got to try to get something here before it gets away from us.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank y'all.
Got to pick up the pressure in the blitz, too. The foul with the sack on quarterback McCown, a loss of 9 here.
It was really, there's a blitz coming off the right side, off the left side. But this was really made by the secondary. They tried to have a screen and go. And we talked with Michael Tapp yesterday about the communication that it takes against this UTSA offense. And he executed well there.
They set up a screen this time, complete to Griffin. Griffin, a nice run after the catch. Picked up 8 yards on the play. Broughton making the tackle defensively for the Longhorns, sets up a 4th down. They'll have to punt again here.
And Jeff Traylor just told Q, need something good to happen, need to get something going here before it gets away from us. The way this Texas offense has really been humming, it's been the self-inflicted wounds have been the only thing to really stop them, including that turnover.
Cale Hogan punting from his own 10-yard line. An end-over-end punt. Bolden backpedals and catches it at the 25. Looking for a crease, and he steps out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. Now, a little bit of concern on that Texas sideline. We continue to see Quinn Ewers favor that right hand. Looking at it there on the previous series, and in the series ensuing, he threw that interception. Remember, they do have Arch Manning as QB2, but Ewers comes out again for this series in the 2nd quarter.
And it's clearly bothering him when he came off the field after their last touchdown. Did not give a single high five with that right hand. It was all with the left hand, but apparently not bothering him enough to come out of the game.
They're going to run it out to the 32-yard line. Trey Weisner. Yeah, here's what you're talking about, Roddy. He was very careful not to take any incoming dap with the right throwing hand. Works just as well with the left. 2nd down and 7. Great touch pass to his tight end. Helm leaps the defender down to the 20-yard line. Gunnar Helm went airborne over Elliott Davison to pick up a total of 49 yards. Yeah, you saw that.
That's a big man going airborne. A great throw by Quinn Ewers. And then the athleticism up over the top.
Got some crazy bounce there. This is Weisner on the zone. Picked up a couple of yards. And Ewers now in a tremendous amount of discomfort.
Saw him limping up to the line of scrimmage after that long pass to Gunnar Helm.
He has dealt with a litany of injuries in his career, now being tended to by the athletic training staff as Arch Manning starts throwing on the sidelines. Quint will have more for us on the other side. We'll be right back. Quinn Ewers headed to the sidelines a moment ago while we were away during commercial break. And that brought about a resounding round of applause as Arch Manning, the highly heralded recruit with the famous surname in the ballgame, now fires complete. Touchdown Texas, more, giving you more. Maybe when Manning gets warmed up, he'll be more accurate.
Thought you'd ease him into the game with a handoff or something.
21-0 Longhorns for Manning. That's the second touchdown pass he's thrown this season, the second of his career.
On the run, first pass he's thrown in the game in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
He delivers a strike to DeAndre Moore, who gets rewarded for all of his good work over the course of the season.
From tremendous bloodlines and lineage, a procession of elite football talent. This is his grandfather, Archie Manning. Played in Mississippi back in the day, famous NFL player, Hall of Famer. Then Peyton, of course, at Tennessee. And Super Bowl champ with the Indianapolis Colts. And Eli, his other uncle. Man, he's got a lot of guys on speed dial if he wants, right?
It was really funny hearing Peyton talk about what happens when Arch hits him up as you see his first touchdown pass against Colorado State, showing the elusiveness. But yeah. Peyton says sometimes Arch will send me a text asking about third downs, and 3 12-minute voice messages later, he probably regrets his decision to text his uncle, but certainly has a lot of knowledge to pull from.
Made the right decision on that touchdown pass. Roadrunners in a hole, 21-0 here. Just underway in the second quarter. They'll start 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Let's check in with the studio. Well, speaking of UFC, hoping the Roadrunners don't tap out here. 1st and 10 in a daunting deficit position. McCown downfield throws a laser complete at the 47-yard line, caught by DJ Allen, who moves the chains, picks up 22 yards. Nice looking throw by McCown.
It was, and they got him outside the pocket on the run. Nice little flood concept, or you get a receiver on the outside running him off, a deep out, and a little flat underneath, and they complete the pass.
One tailback, he gets the call, got a crease, a yawning hole. Henry on the move. Touchdown Roadrunners. What an answer by UT San Antonio. They get it back in a brief moment. A 53-yard dash.
How about the speed? I mean, he gets through the hole, and then Robert Henry Jr. wins the foot race with Derek Williams Jr. to the end zone. Nice weak side run by UTSA, one-on-one with the safety, outrun him to the pylon, and just like that, UTSA a little momentum.
That offensive line with Beatty, Missouri, James, Godinett, and Garth up front made it pretty easy for Henry. He did the rest. A career-long run for him, his first of the season, and we have a ball game. 21-7 when we come back to Austin. Royal Stadium here in Austin, Texas. They do things big here in this state, including loading up at quarterback. Arch Manning is QB2, but right now QB1 with Ewers hobbled. We'll chronicle that for you in just a moment. But boy, that was a very timely score by UTSA. So Manning will come out for his second series. Here's one more look at what happened to Quinn Ewers. Had a hand issue first. Seemed to be favoring it when he came off the field. Didn't let his teammates dap him up with the right hand. Obviously in discomfort. Threw the touchdown nonetheless. It was Manning. And now Manning in at quarterback, 1st down and 10. Weisner in the backfield takes the handoff into the boundary. Found a nice crease. Ended up with about 9 yards on the play. We didn't see them do much on the ground against Michigan, did we?
Well, they rushed for over 100 yards in the game, 143, and it was a decent clip, but they hadn't done much on the ground in this game.
Oh, look at Arch Manning. Oh, hit him with the two-step. Arch Manning, touchdown. A career-long 67-yard run. He didn't look anything like Peyton or Eli on that run, did he?
You'd have had to take out a calendar to time Peyton and Eli getting down the field, but everybody around the country is about to add "can scoot" to the scouting report for Arch Manning. Makes a man miss in the open field and then turns on the Jets. How about 16 and burnt orange?
Eastern time with the Countdown crew on ESPN and the app. They'll have all the early breaking stories, injury updates, and previews of each game right up to kickoff on Week 2 Monday Night Football matchup. Features Kirk Cousins of the Falcons squaring off against Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. 8 Eastern on ESPN. ESPN Deportes with Peyton and Eli once again on ESPN2. What are the chances that we see that run on the Manning cast?
I would say pretty high, and if I have to imagine, it would be Eli showing a side-by-side of Arch and Peyton running and poking some fun at it. But.
Hey, Pops Cooper could wheel a little bit. He had some turbo in his game.
So could Granddad, Archie, the namesake. He was one of the first dual-threat quarterbacks, and how about that? 67 yards for a touchdown compared to what they did last week at Michigan. A little bit different.
UTSA had an answer the last time the Longhorns scored. Let's see what they do here on 1st down and 10. A little over 11 minutes to go in the opening half. Barnes with the run. Out near the 30-yard line, picked up 5 on the play. It's the second meeting all time between these two schools. Texas won the previous meeting 2 years ago. Barnes in the backfield. McCown. Caroms incomplete. Broken up nicely. Intended for Willie McCoy. So it'll be a quick 3rd down and 5.
Oh, Malik Muhammad got there a little bit early on the slant. Clearly before the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Should have been a penalty and an automatic 1st down, pass interference.
There's Ewers coming out of the tent and apparently heading into the Texas locker room. If you're just joining us, he was shaken up early in the game. The hand and a foot injury, apparently. And that's going to be a 1st down reception to Jace Wilson. Ewers has missed several games during the course of his career here at Texas with various injuries, one of them a non-throwing hand injury, and that's going to be another run. Gain of 5 by Barnes. Let's go down to Q.
Well, Ewers spent about 15 minutes in the medical tent here, and it's rare you see a player spend that much time, an extended stay. Doctors came out, walked over to Coach Sark, and had a long conversation. I cannot read lips. I'm not sure what they said. Ewers remained in the tent until just now, walking off under his own power with the towel over his head. Now the fans here, you'd think Heisman favorite, hush, but not quite, because Arch has played so well off the bench.
Every time he's touched the ball, he's made magic happen. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Jace Wilson. Near the first down, Holmes with the tackle. Here's the conversation between the medical staff and head coach Steve Sarkisian. I have a pat of resignation there almost.
Have to imagine giving him the news that they advise him not coming back to the game there.
Still early in the season, so much on the line, and the Roadrunners go straight ahead with Barnes. And they're going to mark that just a little bit short of the first down, right near midfield. So fourth down coming up. The offense apparently going to stay on the field here, partner.
They had a 4th and short earlier in this game. Got in a quarterback sneak formation, tried to pitch it out. It didn't work. See what they try and dial up here.
Overmeyer in motion. They're going to keep it on the ground and pick up the first down. A spirited run by Barnes. Picked up 5 and moves the chains with 8.5 minutes to go in the first half. UTSA comes in 1-1 on the season.
Did a nice job breaking an arm tackle in the backfield. Bill Norton got a hand on the running back. Able to fight through it and get the first down.
Texas using a lot of players on both sides of the football today. McCown, they set up a screen, but well deciphered by that defense. Incomplete to Robert Henry. Sets up a 2nd down and 10.
Robert Henry kind of heard footsteps. Maurice Blackwell, the linebacker, was all over that.
McCown's strengths, his accuracy, poise, and his resolve. Real student of the game, according to his coaches. Being put to the test. Checks it down and complete. That's McCune. Sets up a 3rd down. And we have a Texas player shaken up on the play. That's Malik Muhammad. Preseason 2nd team All-SEC. Pickup of 10 on the last play.
The game clock is 7 minutes 53 seconds. 7:53 on the game clock, please.
Here's our next Sunday night baseball matchup. It's the 3rd game of a big 4-game series between Ohtani, Mookie, and the AL West leading Dodgers, and Marcell Ozuna and the Braves, who are fighting for an NL wild card. It's the NL West leading Dodgers, of course, and 7 o'clock Eastern time on ESPN Deportes, ESPN Radio. Our coverage begins 6 Eastern. Baseball tonight, Sunday night countdown as well. Well, this was the scene a couple of weeks ago against Colorado State. Arch Manning with his first touchdown pass. Confident young man, and that was the 2nd one to Moore. And this one should not surprise you if you've watched him throughout high school and here at UT. And man, he geared down going into the end zone and looked back after running away from those DBs.
I know he's a great athlete, and you say it should not surprise me. The ease with which he pulled away from those guys, that did surprise me a little bit. And you're able to shift down to 2nd gear going into the end zone.
10th play of this Roadrunner drive. 1st and 10 at the 36. McCown will tuck it under. Got a nice block on the edge and got a field and picked up the first down. using his mobility there. 7:30 to go in the first half.
UTSA quietly having a really nice drive. Turn on the ground, through the air, on the scramble.
McCown on the RPO. Passes it complete to Houston Thomas, his tight end. Remember last week we saw a lot of Marburger too in the second half in their game against Texas State.
The backup Eddie Lee Marburger played the whole second half, as you said. And some of that was the game was out of hand. It was 35-3 at halftime. They wanted to get Marburger experience. But Owen McCown had taken some shots in that first half, especially towards the end of it.
Young man that's very special to Jeff Traylor. He has had a 20-year relationship with the McCown family. They're running. Good bounce to the outside by Robert Henry Jr. UTSA trying to battle back into the game. Now, if you are geographically challenged, of course, it's in San Antonio, but they became a program not that long ago, just 12 years ago. A good portion of their roster from the state of Texas. Larry Coker was the inaugural head coach and now being stewarded by Jeff Traylor. Nowhere to go that time for Barnes, stopped by Colin Simmons.
This UTSA program, a young program, but a very proud one in the first year in the American last year. They were one game away from making the championship, won 9 games, 9 games or more in 3 straight years, won Conference USA a couple of years ago. Jeff Traylor's done a really nice job. This year so far off to a bit of a rocky start, but this program is really good as a young program.
1 of 6 on 3rd down. Let's see if they get it done here. McCown surveys, fires, incomplete. 4th and 7 coming up, intended for Willie McCoy. And the field goal unit will come onto the field. Time now for our Aflac trivia question. UTSA plays 4 schools this season whose mascot, oh boy, is an owl. Can you name them?
I've already played one of them, Kennesaw State.
FAU?
FAU on the schedule. Rice on the schedule.
Oh, nice. This is Allen. And he pushes that to the right. Seemingly missed a chip shot from 39 yards out. An inauspicious result on what started as a very impressive drive for UTSA.
I've got the 4.
Tell me.
Kennesaw State, FAU, Rice, and Temple.
Temple Owls. There you go.
You get it right?
Let's see right here. See, I start hanging out with you Georgia Tech cats, man. I get smart all of a sudden.
There we go. I believe those are the only 4 owls in FBS.
Yeah.
I mean, what are the odds that you'd play all the owls in the country?
At the answer to our Aflac trivia question. Arch Manning for his 3rd drive in relief of Quinn Ewers, who has gone into the Texas locker room to be attended to by the athletic training staff. This is Jarek Gibson, a.k.a. Baby Rhino, is his handle with the team. Running like one there, picked up 9 yards on the play. 5'10", 205-pound freshman from Gainesville, Florida, out of IMG Academy. 2nd down and 1. Manning keeps it and is brought down for a loss of about 4 on the play. Sets up a long 3rd down. Dumas in on the stop. Cyrus Duma.
He did Arch Manning actually makes the right read. He's reading the in-man on the line of scrimmage. Jamori Robinson, UTSA just had a nice call where Dumas coming off of that side on a blitz anyway in run support.
3rd and 5. Remember, there's communications with the sidelines up to 15 seconds on the play clock this year. Manning backside pressure. They heated him up and got to him all the way back at the 14. Taylor with the sack on the play. A huge play for the Roadrunners, who will get off the field here.
This is where you see the youth of Arch Manning coming in. UTSA showed this blitz on the initial clap, and then they bring it anyway. Taylor was always going to be free coming from that far back from the field. You've got to get the ball out of your hands or check it down to somebody hot. Arch Manning holds on to it too long and takes the sack.
Michael Kern out of St. Thomas Aquinas in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, with the punt. A fair catch called by Chris Carpenter. Back at about the 32-yard line, the Roadrunners with possession, 3:33 to go in the first half. Now a quick word from Verbo. Saw Nick Saban in that commercial. Steve Sarkisian considers Saban and Pete Carroll amongst mentors and good friends, guys that he has used as a roadmap for coaching success. McCown hands it off and nowhere to go. The impregnable defensive front for Texas showing up that time against Rocco Griffin. 2nd and 12.
Been a lot of talk about the interior of this Texas defense and the defensive line in general with the losses of Tavondre Sweat and Byron Murphy, but it's a really experienced unit. Ethan Burke, one of Quint's favorites, a former lacrosse guy, bulked up. Looks great coming off the edge.
Yeah, 6'6", and good length. McCown incomplete at the 35. Intended for the tight end. Houston Thomas sets up a 3rd down and long now for the Roadrunners.
Texas has struggled sacking the quarterback this season so far, but they've been able to create pressure. Can these edge rushers, including Trey Moore, the UTSA transfer, get pressure on Owen McCown on this 3rd down? And what does UTSA have for the potential pressure?
Moore trying to get to his former teammate. That pass, they're going to rule it complete. But there's a flag down on the play. It went to Chris Carpenter. So this is going to come back.
I think Texas.
Holding, offense number 75. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
Look at the middle of your screen. Just a hold on Vernon Broughton trying to get to the backfield. Gets held by Vinley Tatafu.
This guy that missed last week's game, one of the more talented offensive linemen.
Yeah, they had a couple offensive linemen missed. Tatafu and Makai Hart both missed. And to be honest, they needed them last week.
4th punt of the afternoon for Hogan. Perched at his own 24. There was contact made with the punt return man, Silas Bolden, who got clobbered at about the 16-yard line. Thus the flag. Marcellus Wilkerson, number 12, appeared to be the one to make initial contact, and you can understand if Silas Bolden was more than shaken up there, and that's why they have that rule in to protect the punt returner.
Silas Bolden did not call for a fair catch. He's going to try and return this, but Wilkerson obviously way early.
He was pushed into him a little bit.
There is no foul for kick catch interference. The player was pushed into the receiver. Illegal block in the back. Receiving team. 10-yard penalty. 1st down.
Let's bring in our rules analyst, Bill Lamagna. Bill, what are your thoughts on that last call?
I can see why it was called, but it was a good job by the crew to get together. That's a good flag pickup. He was pushed into there.
Bill, in that situation where the player is pushed, I mean, it still stuck out his arm to grab the returner. Would that absolve the guy who pushed him at all?
It's gonna, well, you have to read, is the defender under his control, or is it because of him being pushed? So I think that arm contact he had there, I'm not going to put that in there for a foul.
Okay.
He was there because of the contact by the blocker pushing him in there.
Wonderful clarification. Thanks a lot, Bill. They're going to move the nose of the football back to the 3-yard line. And Ewers there on the sidelines now in street clothes. So he is done for the rest of the football game. Quinn Ewers injured here in the first half. Arch Manning out of his end zone. Incomplete and almost intercepted at the 35-yard line. Good coverage by Frazier on the play. Zay Frazier sets up a 2nd down and 10.
Trying to hit the shot downfield, and he had all day to throw. Unfortunately for him, tomorrow almost came because you had Brevin Randall blitzing late. Almost gets there for the sack, and then it almost ends up in an interception down the field.
2nd and 10. They're going to keep it on the ground this time. Over the left side of that offensive line. Over that all-SEC first team selection, Kelvin Banks making a little bit of space with Hayden Connor. Close to a 1st down. With under 2 minutes to go, we take the 2-minute timeout and return on the other side. Right back here at Del K Royal Stadium. Campbell Williams Field. Arch Manning fires incomplete, intended for DeAndre Moore. It's Quinn Ewers on the sidelines. His afternoon is over, and he has been cautioning teammates not to get too close to that rib area, that area that he just touched a moment ago. And he has motioned there. There he is again, telling one of the Texas personnel folks about the area of concern. Arch Manning has already thrown and run for a touchdown in relief. There's that tunnel screen that they ran so well against Michigan, but nothing happening that time.
This is one of the best screen teams in the country, and we hadn't really seen much of it today. He tried to hit the tunnel to DeAndre Moore, who's had a great game so far in the first half, but UTSA all over it. 3rd and long now. Clock running down in the first half, excuse me. How aggressive is Steve Sarkisian?
Put on a master class of play calling last week in Ann Arbor. They got it to the 24. Manning checks it down, and they're going to come up short of the 1st down. Gibson, and UTSA gets off the field and feeling themselves a little bit right now because they're talking to Steve Sarkisian in the UT sideline. A timeout called on the field by the Roadrunners.
UTSA there first. It'll be 30 seconds.
That's their first of 3. Let's go down to Quint.
Well, Coach Sark was kneeling at the 22-yard line, and as the ball carrier ran up the sideline, the right hand of the UTSA tackler grabbed the face mask of the Longhorn helmet. I mean, right in front of Coach. He was kneeling down in the white area, and he's all over the officials. Face mask, face mask, face mask, and apparently they're not going to look at it. I saw the right hand.
Yeah, there it is.
On the bars.
Yeah.
You're right there, Quint. And there's Coach Sarkisian motioning to the official. Got down on bended knee trying to get the call.
He, unlike Boyce, I mean, he could explain why he was there.
Earned with the punt. Fair catch called back at the 40-yard line by the Roadrunners with a couple of timeouts remaining. 52 seconds to go on the clock after that 39-yard boot.
UTSA in a position now going into halftime. Texas gets the ball coming out, but to feel really good about themselves if they're able to get some points on the board. The score is what the score is right now, but if you're able to score a touchdown to cut it to a 2-score game, Arch Manning has slowed down significantly on the offensive side for Texas. And this offense has been able to move the ball on Texas's defense the last couple possessions.
They come out in 11 personnel. McCown gets down safely behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose about 3 yards. Under duress there from DeAndre Moore Jr. It'll be second down and 13. Timeout on the field. UTSA with 1 timeout remaining now after that 2-yard loss.
You're Jeff Traylor. You're telling Owen McCown, throw the ball away. We don't have to waste the timeout. You start to scramble, toss it out of bounds, stops the clock, preserves our timeout, gives us an opportunity, more flexibility on this drive going forward.
In next week's ABC Saturday night matchup has number 7 Tennessee and Norman squaring off against number 15 Oklahoma. Coverage beginning at 7:30 Eastern time. Find live sports with, quote, where to watch, end quote, only on the ESPN app and ESPN.com, the ultimate viewing guide to live sports. 2nd and 12 for UTSA.
Still plenty of time with the field position, 44 seconds, 1 timeout. Thing is, you'd like to get out of bounds to stop the clock as much as you can.
They set up the screen, middle screen. We got a flag down at the 39-yard line. Kavorian Barnes with the catch and run, but this looks like it's going to come back.
Holding. Offense number 51. 10-yard penalty. Still second down.
C.J. James Jr.
Please reset the game clock to 39 seconds. 39
Watch
seconds.
C.J. James Jr., the center. There's holding, and then there's WWE style holding.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not one of those at the rodeo.
Exactly.
Please reset the game clock to 39.
I like your rodeo. I mean, we are in Texas.
Yeah.
Getting one of them longhorns and roping them down.
Hey, man, I got Bevo down there. Watch it. 2nd and 22. Houston Thomas in motion to the top of your screen. They set up the receiver screen complete. Out to the 35. A 6-yard gain from McCoy. Simmons in on the tackle. UTSA with 1 timeout remaining.
Timeout. UTSA, their 3rd and final. It'll be 30 seconds.
Now no more timeouts remaining. What's the best outcome here for them at the end of this half?
Just kind of trying to figure that out with Jeff Traylor taking a timeout on 3rd and long. I would say you're obviously being aggressive, but now if you don't get this 3rd and long, you're having to punt the ball with a Texas special teams group. Silas Bolden, a dangerous returner.
Right.
So first things first, you got to convert a 3rd and long. Best case scenario, you get in field goal range and kick a long field goal, but
Well, Coach Traylor, you see him vehemently battling there with the officials, but so far this has been the culture game that Texas has wanted, right? Despite the loss of viewers.
It's messy. It's been messy. They've had some unforced errors. That was a Texas timeout. That makes more sense. But Texas has had some unforced errors. You've had some injuries. Kelvin Banks went down. He returned to the game. Quinn Ewers out. Now sitting with running backs coach Tashard Choice. This is one of those survive and advance games for Texas, it seems like.
Overmeyer in motion. Now he sets. They're going to keep it on the ground. Nice burst through the right side of that offensive line by Barnes. Got downhill, picked up 10 on the play, but not nearly enough. Texas, the number 2 team in the nation right now, in the wake of that impressive win in the Big House in Ann Arbor. Steve Sarkisian says it's really not about our opponent, it's about us. It's about what we do. Be enamored with us. And he feels that the leadership on this team is beyond reproach. He says he has about 20 leaders. Right now he has to hope that Arch Manning is one of them.
UTSA, their 3rd and final.
So UTSA burns their 3rd and final timeout. Ewers will meet and greet his teammates in the locker room ahead of time.
Concerns going forward, obviously, about the health of Quinn Ewers. Got ULM next week. And then SEC play starts with Mississippi State the week after that.
It just really underscores how quickly things can change in college football. And depth is so vital, especially at skill positions, especially at quarterback. They line up in a trips left formation. Little receiver screen complete to McEwen. And that's going to be the end of the first half of play. The Longhorns lead it over the Roadrunners 28-7. And this game,
This is the end of the second quarter.
will be orchestrated and choreographed by Arch Manning as far as Texas is concerned the rest of the way. Let's go downstairs to Quint with Coach Sarkisian.
Coach, the doctors came over to you. What did they tell you about Quinn?
He's got a strained abdomen.
How would you characterize the play of Arch?
Oh, it's a good start. Good breakdown of protection there. So he's going through it. It's first time really playing good football. So we'll see what happens.
How do you adjust your process right now as you go inside in terms of your call sheet with a freshman quarterback?
We just want to call the things that he's good at and that the guys have been practicing and that we feel comfortable with.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep.
You see the numbers right there on the screen. Arch Manning is the guy moving forward. The head coach not seemingly concerned. 28-7 at the break. Matt Berry, Joey Galloway, and Dan Mullen back in the studio. You're watching ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by IHG Hotels and Resorts. This is the SEC on ESPN, the second meeting all time between UTSA and Texas. 28-7 at the break. As we take a look at our playbook, brought to you by Modelo. Quinn Ewers on the sidelines with Matt McConaughey, and here's part of the reason why. We'll explain it. He started off red hot, but then injured his abdomen, we were told at halftime, with Quint and Coach Sarkisian. Went to the sidelines, went into the tent, was attended to for some 10 to 15 minutes, and then finally went into the locker room. Thus, Arch Manning entering the game, making an immediate impact. That was his first pass, Roddy.
Yeah, and on the third play he was in, he takes a long pass for a touchdown, but it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. Held onto the ball, took a sack, and on that one, gets hit in the end zone. Welcome to college football, young man. See what he can do in the second half.
Yeah, he'll have the opportunity here in the beginning of the third quarter. Mark Jones, Roddy Jones, Quinn Kessenich down on the field. Manning taking the pitch right now. And after that initial wave of excitement in the touchdown pass and the touchdown run, it turned a little bit for Texas offensively.
It did. It's been a little sloppy. And then with Arch Manning in, you had the excitement early on, 2 touchdowns in its first 3 plays. And then as they got into the drop back pass game, it seemed to be moving a little fast. So we'll see. This is his first extended action with the starters in, both offensively for him and the defensive starters in as well. We'll see how he responds.
First down and 10 from their 25-yard line. Moore in motion. He's already caught a touchdown pass. They hand it off. And a big hit on Gibson by Elliott Davison. Let's go down to Quint.
This game feels closer than the score, the words of Jeff Traylor, UTSA head coach. I asked him about Arch. He says he can run. I was like, yeah, he can run. One thing to look for is pressure. UTSA wants to continue to pressure an inexperienced quarterback. At times, Arch's internal clock hasn't been in sync with game speed.
They tipped it and almost picked it off right there, Q. They were coming with some pressure off the corner, and it's going to be 3rd down and 3, Roddy.
It was a good example of what Q was just talking about, a blitz from the nickel. And Texas, anticipating it coming, just wants to spit it out to the running back. But ball doesn't get out there quick enough. It almost ends up in a little bit of danger, that ball being tipped as high as it was.
They're 1 of 4 on 3rd down. Taylor broke that pass up. On 3rd and 3. Niblett motioning out of the backfield. They go empty. Manning throws a dart complete. Great spin by Golden. Man, that was 24-karat Golden. And he moves the chains. A 19-yard gain and a 1st down.
This is the natural ability. Quick, tight release. Hits him almost right in the face mask for Matthew Golden, who ran a great route against man coverage. Short area quickness creating the separation. Nice job getting the ball out quick by Arch Manning.
Jared Gibson back in the backfield. Takes it on the run on the counter and nowhere to go. Met there on Texas's side of midfield at about the 49 by Martavius French. That's going to be a loss of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 12. This is a Roadrunner squad that lost its best defensive back to Oregon, its best safety to New Mexico, and its best rush end to the team they're playing right now in the transfer portal. It's tough out there on those mean portal streets, Roddy.
Yeah, it is.
Out of the backfield, pass complete and room to burn for Bond. Isaiah Bond, touchdown. Manning with his 2nd touchdown pass of the game. A 51-yard catch and run by Isaiah Bond, the junior out of Buford, Georgia, the Alabama transfer. Showed them his shoe bottoms. It was over after that. Had that Julian Alfred speed. That was Olympic gold. Seven after that last touchdown toss from Arch Manning, who's looking at the new tablets they're able to use on the sidelines now. One of the major changes in college football this year. Bond with the touchdown reception a moment ago, and the Roadrunners will have it 1st and 10 from their own 25. As we take a look at this week's college football rankings, brought to you by Goodyear. See what's happening in the top 10 so far. That Georgia-Kentucky game in the 2nd quarter kind of tight.
Rest of the top 10 taking care of business. Missouri had to score, I believe it was 3 straight scores, 21 straight points to beat Boston College at home. How about Miami absolutely laying it on Ball State? Yeah. That Miami team in the ACC, obviously what Cam Ward has been able to do there, they look dangerous.
They're going to be a problem.
Yeah, they will.
1st down and 10. McCown gets it out, but nowhere to go for Barnes. Might even lose a few on that play. Andrew Makuba, the transfer from Clemson, speaking about the ACC, with a 4-yard loss on the play. One more look.
Great open field tackle, but Makuba, a guy from Austin, got recruited during COVID, never took a visit to Clemson, communicated with Dabo over Zoom, ends up going to Clemson, has a good career there, but convinced to come back home. He's done well early in his career here.
Sure has. Running play accounting for about 3 yards. Barnes again, and just staying with that story with Andrew Makuba. Jahdae Barron and Michael Taff with a tag team recruiting approach, pleading with him, saying, hey, listen, man, your parents can jump in the car and come and watch you play at Darrell K. Royal Stadium, Campbell Williams Field, every Saturday. It's a lot different than having to jump on a plane and fly a few hours. The screen on 3rd and 12. McEwen with the catch, and they're going to come up short. Anthony Hill Jr. leading the way on the tackle. A 3-yard gain, but not nearly enough. Well, there's a look at Trey Moore, the transfer from UTSA. And you know, the reality of college football is such that now, Roddy, when a player walks into a coach's office and says, hey, I'm in the portal, I've got this wonderful financial package from another school that's going to pay me hundreds of thousands of dollars in some cases. Coaches, more times than not selfish and say, hey, go. If that's a life-changing investment or amount of money, which it can be a lot of times, you have to go. As the ball dribbles down to the 24-yard line. That amount of money can be a great start in life for a lot of players.
Certainly can. It's frustrating for these group of 5 schools. Trey Moore was the defensive player of the year in the conference last year.
Yep.
Illegal substitution. Receiving team had more than 12 players on the field at the snap. That penalty is declined. First down.
Just finishing up on that. Trey Moore, the defensive player of the year in the American last year, but this is what these coaches at that level have to deal with.
Right.
And we've seen almost half of these all-conference teams of Group of 5 from Group of 5 conferences end up in the transfer portal to see what they can get financially, and oftentimes schools like Texas, with all the resources, are able to benefit by getting great players and fortifying their defense. It's like Texas getting Trey Moore.
It's a lot of coaches that jump in the portal from time to time too.
For much more money.
Yes. Manning taking a shot on the post. Room service. Wide open. Wingo. Touchdown. This is starting to have the intonations of a coming out party for Arch Manning. His second consecutive touchdown pass here in the 3rd quarter, increasing the lead to 42-7. And for Wingo, that's his first touchdown catch of the season.
It's a big play waiting to happen. Big run last week, but Arch Manning taking a hit, delivering downfield. How about 16 in the day that he's had?
His second touchdown of the second half. Ewers out with an abdominal injury, we were told by head coach Steve Sarkisian. He told our Quinn Kesnick that on the sidelines. But in Ewers' absence, look at the numbers for Arch Manning.
He has been both incredibly impressive. He's had 2 or 3 freshman moments, but the physical ability is undeniable. That's why there was a frenzy.
Yeah.
To get his services in the recruiting process.
There was a little bit of speculation after last season about him transferring, but he put those rumors to rest, as did the rest of his family. Said he wanted to enjoy being around his classmates and teammates. He's enjoying his teammates here, Roddy.
That was the first play that he was in. Throws a touchdown pass. 3rd play he's in. Makes the safety miss. Outruns the secondary. He spits it out to Isaiah Bond, who really does the rest with his legs. And then on the last one, hangs in the pocket, takes a shot, delivers downfield to Ryan Wingo, who every time this guy touches the ball, it seems like it's a big play. He's held onto the ball a little too long a couple of times, but other than that, I think it's about as good as you could expect from Arch Manning in his first extended action.
Nice run for a first down and then some by number 24, Rocco Griffin. Transfer from Vanderbilt. Picked up 18 yards and moves the chains. Arch Manning said about those rumors of him transferring and getting the Porter, said, I want to develop from Sark. I was told that good things happen to people who work hard and put their head down, and that's what I'm focused on. McCowan under some heat, tiptoes up the sideline, is going to end up about 3 yards shy of the first down. Picked up 6. Colin Simmons in pursuit on the play.
Mark, you mentioned the development that Arch Manning wants here. Think of all the NFL experience that he's around.
Wow.
With Steve Sarkisian, who was obviously in the NFL with the Atlanta Falcons. Kyle Flood, the offensive coordinator, also spent time in the NFL as well.
They've been together a long time on the end around. Henderson down to the 44-yard line. Continue, though, about the NFL lineage they have.
I mean, the receivers coach, Chris Jackson, longtime NFL career. Running backs coach, Tashard Choice, long NFL career as players. So they know how to help him prepare at an NFL level. And yes, he's got his uncles to reach out to, but when you have people every single day helping coach you and a quarterback ahead of you that you've got a good relationship in, you get that development.
Caught by Houston Thomas in traffic. Makuba brought some boom. Hit him, but he hung on to it. A 9-yard pickup. Second down coming up, approaching 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. Makuba had 4 tackles and an interception. 2 pass breakups at Michigan. McCown checks it down. And a nice strong first down. A determined run by Rocco Griffin. Picked up 4.
UTSA putting together a nice drive here, and they've done that at times, but Texas has done a nice job once they get inside the 30 of really buckling down.
Boy, nowhere to go that time for Griffin. Ran into a big wall. Saavea making the tackle on the play. That's up second down. We've seen a lot of players on both sides of the ball for the Longhorns. Steve Sarkisian has been recruiting such that they're ready for this SEC. McCown completes it to Cardenas. Got 4 on the play. Barron making the tackle.
And when people talk about recruiting at an SEC level, to me that screams 2 things. One, you have to recruit really well on the offensive and defensive lines, and 2, you have to recruit depth at every position. And Texas has done that.
Now in year 4, number 2 in the country, McCown sacked. Back at the 37-yard line, Colin Simmons got there. It's a defense that was somewhat criticized for not enough sacks last week at Michigan. They got to the QB here.
You talk about recruiting. Colin Simmons, a top 10 national recruit. This is why stars matter. Coming off the edge with a speed rush, the bend from the 6'3", 250-pound edge rusher. Beat your chest, young man. That was a nice little move there.
2-time state champ. Once in basketball as well. Allen going to attempt this field goal from 54 yards out. It's good, but they blew the whistle prior to the kick.
Timeout. UTSA, they're first.
Well, that would have been a career long. Well, they'll have to do it again.
Jeff Traylor's going to have to hope he didn't just ice his own kicker.
Yeah. Well, tonight, SEC football final with Dari Noka, Chris Doring, and Benjamin Watson. They'll take you through the biggest stories of the day and break down all the SEC games, 11 Eastern, 10 Central, over on the SEC Network and the ESPN app.
Guys will have a lot to talk about. Obviously, what happened in the swamp with Texas A&M starting a backup quarterback, going on the road and winning at Florida. Missouri coming back with their win at home against Boston College. Ole Miss looks to be rolling. Georgia kind of on the ropes against Kentucky early in that one.
Kentucky bouncing back nicely after a disappointing loss last week, a heartbreaker.
Disappointing as being kind to that loss.
Yeah. So we're going to do it again. Chase Allen from 54 yards out. His previous career long stands at 53. Well, the first one went better. And it remains 42-7 with 6:43 to go in the third quarter. The Roadrunners coming up just a little bit short as Arch Manning gets ready to take the field and get back to work. Sections across the country are competing to be the Taco Bell Live Más Student Section of the Year. Download the Taco Bell app now to learn more. A boisterous crowd here at Darrell K. Royal Stadium on the reverse, the end around. That's a play that went well for them last week, but the Roadrunners have been watching tape, Roddy.
They're all over it.
Bolden with nowhere to go, brought down by Denver Harris.
They haven't really been able to get Silas Bolden going this year, but he's as dangerous as anybody with the ball in his hands.
The second down, back at the 28. They run it to the field. Gibson, the moderate gain, tackled by Vic Shaw.
And this is an obvious passing situation, but you see two runs coming out. And the interesting thing is, like, up 42-7, abdomen injuries can be tough.
Right.
The recovery time is unclear, so you don't know how long Arch Manning is going to have to be the starter. So you want to protect him in this game. You don't want to put him in harm's way. A couple runs coming out early in this drive, up 42-7.
Looking at 3rd and 16, they've got to get all the way out to the 46. Little tunnel screen and nowhere to go. Well defended by the Roadrunners. Cook with nowhere to go picked up just 3. Ty Leonard making the tackle on the play for UTSA.
And again, a conservative play call. Get the ball out of your de facto starting quarterback's hands. Get it out quickly. Protect him. Q put it perfectly in the break. He's a guy that can run, but in this situation, you don't know how long Quinn Ewers is going to be out. You can't run him. You have to protect him because you don't want to have to go to the third stringer.
On the return, Carpenter made one guy miss and got out beyond the 30 to the 31 on the 41-yard punt. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Roadrunners. And Owen McCown. Jeff Traylor, the head coach here, 40-15 overall in his 5th season at UTSA. Looking to press the right buttons here tonight in a desperate situation. He considers Bob Stoops and Mac Brown friends and mentors of his.
A legendary high school coach in the state of Texas. If you're watching this, you know about high school football in the state of Texas. You're a legendary high school coach. You're a legend in the state of Texas.
McCown has now completed his last 10 passes in a row. Will Henderson making the catch that time out to the 36-yard line. 4.5 minutes to go. We take a look at the coaching resume for Coach Traylor. Guided UTSA to its first ever bowl victory last year. And that play sets up a 3rd and about 2 to go. Former associate head coach and running backs coach at Arkansas back in 2018-2019 with Chad Morris. Q has more.
Well, married for 33 years to Carrie. He was a long time, 15-year high school coach, and one of the best, as Roddy said. He's got 3 kids. Jordan, his son, is the Saints quarterbacks coach. Jake works for NBC News, and his daughter JC works for the Jimmy Fallon Show. Coach Traylor, as you guys mentioned, he stayed at UTSA. He signed an 8-year contract. Seen this program elevate from 2-time Conference USA champs now to the American, and it's all about the triangle of toughness for Coach T.
They've got those pillars. 4th and 1. Not going to make it. Man, that looked like Anthony Smith came in like a missile to make the hit on the play on Henderson. And the Horns will take over on downs.
Anthony Smith right there in the middle of your screen, just absolutely storms into the backfield. You said it, like a missile on a 4th down. True freshman, another highly touted true freshman. Most of these Texas true freshmen are. He gets Arch Manning back on the field.
1st down and 10. Think they take a shot after the 4th down stop?
I think they get the ball out of Arch Manning's hands quickly.
They're going to keep it on the ground. Got to the 2nd level of that defense. A spirited run by Jarek Gibson, a.k.a. Baby Rhino, a.k.a. I'm going to put my hat down and make you feel me. Picks up 10. From the 29. Baby Rhino again. Another 9-yard pickup.
You know, Baby Rhino kind of sounds cute, but like baby rhinos are like 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Baby rhinos are dangerous too.
That's not warm and fuzzy at all.
Oh.
Here he is again for the 3rd consecutive run. Looks like he's going to be stopped up about a foot or 2 short of that 1st down. Christian Clark, the other back that's out, Baxter out, so Gibson trying to carve out a niche for himself along with Gardner and Wisner, Niblett as well. 3rd down and short coming up. Look at the numbers so far on Arch Manning. Gibson in the backfield. Davis in motion. And they pick up the 1st down. He put it on the ground. It's loose. No signal yet. There's Jarek Gibson on the carry, and he lost it. UTSA ball. Brevin Randall recovered the loose ball.
Recovered by the defense. Please reset the game.
UTSA ball. Brevin Randall recovered the loose ball.
Recovered by the defense. Please reset the game clock to 1 minute 43 seconds. 1:43 on the game clock, please.
Sometimes, Roddy, you have to take note of small victories like this, right?
Yeah, you do. It's a really nice job. Just sticking your hand up by Christian Clayton, the defensive end, putting it right on the ball. coaching point for Jarrett Gibson. You want that thing high and tight. It's a little low. The tip of the ball was a little down. Gets pulled away. Gets rolled up.
Well, once a week they have the good, the bad, the ugly, right?
That's going to be the ugly.
Okay.
And what did he tell us? Freshmen often make the ugly. That'll certainly be one. Good, bad, and the ugly. They show good plays, plays that were bad, and plays that were ugly on Mondays, and that will certainly make the reel.
A teaching tool for Coach Sark. Roadrunners keep it on the ground. Rocco Griffin straight ahead, might have picked up 1.5 yards on the play. Buddy, what's it feel like when you're inside that film room and you're on the ugly part of the film?
It's not a great feeling because the entire team gets to see that play. And you're thinking about it all weekend long. Am I going to make the ugly? And when you do, let's just say it's a good way to get it corrected.
Okay. Well, that's part of the culture that Coach Sark has built here at Texas is these players' togetherness during Culture Wednesdays and writing notes to each other about their why, writing them down on cards, and keeping them to remember during the course of the season. 3rd and 9. McCown looking for a receiver. There's a flag down. Tiptoes out of bounds just shy of the 25-yard line. Let's see what this flag is about with 1:06 to go in the 3rd quarter. Penalty against UTSA.
Holding, offense number 75. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
Well, the Longhorn defense will get off the field. What do you think? We talked about Coach Sarkisian avoiding a letdown after that huge investment in emotional capital last week. Looks like they've answered it.
They have, for the most part. There's been a lot of coaching points that'll come up. Had some false starts. They gave up big run on the defensive side. Threw an interception offensively. Took a couple
Play
sacks.
clock operator, please reset the game clock to 25 seconds. Thank you.
But overall, I think Coach Sark will be happy that even when they play sloppy to dominant, they're being very dominant and setting themselves up for a dominant win.
Return at the 35. Bolden. A bold return. There's a flag down. Bolden down on UTSA's side of midfield. Great feet. Quickness.
This guy's got no fear.
Yeah.
I mean, he's catching it with guys all around. I haven't seen him call. I don't think he's called a fair catch today. Maybe one.
We've seen that a couple times today, right?
We have.
See what this flag is about.
During the return, holding. Return team number 16. 10-yard penalty. 1st down.
Let's go back to the studio, guys. You been to the Sphere? Have you seen the Sphere?
No, have you?
I've seen it from the outside close up at the
It wasn't like
NBA Summer
making
League.
wasn't like making the face at you then, was
I'm
it?
trying to pay somebody to get my mug all over that thing.
Experience of seeing a fight there on the inside of that thing, it's got to be incredible.
Great venue for tonight's card. 20 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Arch Manning already with 3 touchdown passes.
What event would you most like to see in the Sphere? Like a concert, fight?
I'm gonna say a Bossman D-Lo or Lil Baby concert.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I have some fun there. It's tough in Vegas, you know. Here comes Gibson. Showtime for him. He's going to pick up enough for the 1st down. What would you want to see in the sphere.
See, I was going to go the other way, like Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Okay.
You know, something where we'll get the colors and everything going on.
They're still on tour, I think.
This
I don't
is
think
the
they'll
end
ever
of the
be on
third
tour.
quarter.
Yeah. Well, in the famous words of Earth, Wind, and Fire, do you remember September? It's turning into a memorable one for the Longhorns. Could see Bevo listening to a little Maurice White and Earth, Wind, and Fire. Time presented by IHG Hotels and Resorts. This is the SEC on ESPN. Mark Jones, Roddy Jones, Quinn Kesnick down at the field. They do a fantastic job here at DKR with the lights. You get that club effect sometimes.
You do.
And the smoke. You got some bottle service coming in this quarter?
I thought, hey, I leave that for the big money. You're the one who bought the table.
Teams don't want that smoke, though.
You know what they say, everything's bigger in Texas, including the Longhorn in the sky and the drone show.
Back for the start of the fourth quarter. A dominant performance by the #2 team in the country so far. Arch Manning in at quarterback. If you're just joining us, Quinn Ewers was injured in the second quarter. Arch Manning threw a touchdown pass on his first attempt and hasn't looked back much since.
Yeah, officials stopped the game because there were no clocks on the scoreboard. Please reset the game clock to 15 minutes.
Couldn't see the
15
clock
minutes on the
because
game
of all
clock.
the smoke.
That can be an issue, Q.
Hey.
That can be an issue.
It's still smoking down there.
What's amazing, there's still 101,000 fans in their seats. The student section still packed to the rafters. The entertainment product here is strong, and the fans are loyal.
I think that smoke is really Arch Manning. He's on fire. We're going to try it again. Running it with Gibson. And they got the burnt orange smoke, too, not ordinary smoke. And we have some post-whistle activity down on the field. And a flag down subsequent to that.
The level of detail in the entertainment.
Come on now. Next level.
Let's see what the flags are.
There were fouls by both teams after the play was over. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 6. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense number 81. Those fouls offset, second down.
So we can do it again.
And interesting, after the fumble, Jared Gibson, still in the game, goes to that running back depth. And the lack of it for Texas, the freshman still getting the carries.
Gibson put it on the ground in the third quarter. Great ball fake by Manning. Downfield, caught at the 16-yard line. 1st and 10. Ryan Wingo on the other end.
Arch Manning doesn't even stop to flip his hips. He just throws this on the run. I mean, this is all core, torso, and arm, slinging it downfield and putting it on the money to the freshman Ryan Wingo.
36 yards and a first down for the Longhorns. Manning responsible for 3 touchdowns, passing and 1 rushing. Been sacked once tonight. Maybe the lone blemish. Here's Gibson hanging on to the football, picking up about 4.5 on that rush. How tough a throw was that last throw by Manning?
I mean, it's tough because all your momentum is going. He doesn't flip his hips. He just sort of contorts his body, loads up the core, and unleashes downfield, puts it on the money. That's athleticism.
2nd and 5 into the end zone. Manning caught. Touchdown, Cook. Arch Manning with his 4th touchdown pass since coming in midway through the 2nd quarter in relief of Quinn Ewers.
Roddy, I'm looking at you. I'm not trying to start anything.
But you're going to start something.
Sometimes I'm that guy in the barbershop that hangs out without getting his hair cut just to start stuff. But are we seeing the beginnings of a little quarterback discussion? You know what I mean? Some people call it something else.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense number 13. That 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
I think it is foolish to suggest that there will be no talk of it.
Okay.
But there's no quarterback discussion or controversy here, despite the fact that number 16 has lived up to the billing. That is a dot coming after, rolling to his left, throwing downfield. 5 touchdowns for Arch Manning today.
Well, the light show continues in the wake of the touchdowns, and the swag surf has begun in earnest here at DKR. Result of the penalty, they'll kick off from midfield, and the Roadrunners will have it 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. And time now for our drive recap, covered by Geico. You already know Arch Manning is the centrifugal force that is powering this squad right now at quarterback. Has thrown 3 touchdowns in his last 5 passes. The only thing that's going to stop him is a restraining order right now.
Yeah, or start taking him out of the game.
Yeah.
And you have to say, he's one of the most famous quarterbacks in the country, and he's a backup. If he'd have come in replacement of Quinn Ewers and not been good, it would have been all the talk, but he has delivered, so good for that young man.
He's thrived in the spotlight. That pass complete by his counterpart, McCown. A little bit short of the 1st down. 13 plus to go here in the game. 2nd and about. Oh, they're going to rule it incomplete. They're saying he was out of bounds now on the far side of the field from our booth.
And Mark, I think the relationship between Quinn Ewers and Arch Manning is going to show itself during this, because, I mean, the performance of Arch could threaten a lot of quarterbacks.
Right. Gain of about 4 yards on the play by Bryson Donnell. Donnell, the sophomore out of Tyler, Texas Tech transfer.
Coaches told us that relationship is a really strong when those two are close, work really well together. Imagine Quinn Ewers, who himself was one of the most famous, highly touted quarterbacks coming out of high school. Then you get the son of a Manning coming behind you. Quinn, comfortable in his own skin, has developed a good relationship with Arch, and they'll lean on each other during the season.
3rd down and 6. Great jump off the edge. Almost looked like it was offsides. It's incomplete, but good pressure by Colin Simmons, the freshman out of Dallas, Texas. And it's going to be 4th down, and McCown in the offense will give way to the punt unit. He never had a chance on that.
No, he certainly did not. Not when you get a free rusher off the edge. So you get a look at Trey Owens, who it's feeling like it's about time to get Arch Manning out of the game.
Right.
You don't know how long Quinn Ewers is going to be out. Arch Manning would start, obviously, if he's not able to go next week. Feels like it might be the end of his day.
Hogan with the punt. Ball caroms at the 35. They'll spot it right in that area. 1st down and 10 for the Longhorns. And Owens will take the field as the quarterback. Trey Owens is a freshman out of Houston, as Arch Manning will see his day come to a close. Let's check in with the studio. Buffalo's bouncing back after that disappointment last week. Their in-state rival, the Rams. Great ball fake by Owens. Takes off and picks up about 4 yards on the play. Trey Owens, a high school All-American Bowl participant. Is ESPN's number 17th ranked pro-style quarterback.
$3,000-yard passer his senior year at Cy-Fair High School.
Going to keep it on the ground, straight ahead. Gardner plowing through that defensive front. Picks up a first down for Texas. Next week, they'll take on ULM. The Longhorns will, and then they begin conference play with Mississippi State, then at Oklahoma. But the big one that's circled for everyone around here in Austin is October 19th at home here against Georgia. Owens hands it off, and Gardner stopped up right near that line of scrimmage. Roddy, you said that they're going to need quarterback depth as they enter the SEC.
They certainly will. Quinn Ewers has had his injuries in the past and missed time. Remember, Malik Murphy started 2 games for him last year. Arch Manning, the backup this year, with a phenomenal game. And you mentioned the upcoming schedule. We saw Mississippi State last week. That's a team that's going to be towards the bottom of the SEC. You've got to have Quinn Ewers healthy for Oklahoma. And so that's what Texas is going to be thinking about as they go forward and make a decision on who's going to start at quarterback.
That Red River Showdown, always a very monumental game, part of college football lore. That pass incomplete.
And we should mention it's ULM, Mississippi State, and then a bye week, an open date before Oklahoma, which gives you that extra time. And obviously, we have no idea how long Quinn Ewers will be out, but just thinking forward, that Oklahoma game is the one I've kind of got circled as, hey, if you can get him back by then you're probably good.
It's Owens' show right now. Completes that pass to Bolden. Across the 40 down to the 36-yard line. First down and 10 for Texas. A 17-yard pickup.
Silas Bolden is a guy that can make you miss in a phone booth. He's quicker than everybody at the table backing away when the check was put down last night at dinner.
Timeout. UTSA, their second.
We're told he might be the fastest of that receiving corps. Except when the check comes. Get them alligator arms. So I'm told.
Home to 1.5 million Mexican free-tailed bats. Okay, Congress Avenue Bridge in 1980 was constructed, and that has become the ideal bat habitat, the bat cave. Bat numbers have swelled, and it's curtailed some of the bug mitigation here in town. March through fall, the largest urban bat population in the country calls Austin home, and at sunset every night, the bats pour out and they cascade over Lady Bird Lake. Just one of the reasons why Austin is kind of weird.
They want to keep it that way too, I think, Q. I love it.
I know bat guano is good for plants, so I wonder if the foliage is...
Bat guano?
Yeah, that's what they call it when you buy the soil.
Yeah. You've been to the home and gardening show, huh?
We got a lot of plants. We got a lot of plants.
I was just happy about the fact that it reduces the insect population. I was wondering why I hadn't gotten any mosquito bites here.
It's because of the thank the bats.
Thank the bats. Under 9.5 minutes to go. Arch Manning on the sidelines. He came in for Quinn Ewers. Trey Owens showing good sovereignty and dominion over the offense so far, but that time the running play blown up in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of about 4 or 5 yards. Good tackle by Marcellus Wilkerson on Velton Gardner. There was a few luminaries on the sidelines here at UT football games. Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson, a couple of members of the San Antonio Spurs. Jeremy Sohan, one of their great versatile players, and the Hall of Famer Manu Ginobili.
Manu.
NBA champion. Part of their 3 NBA championship teams. 3 of their 4. Nice catch and run by Bolden. Got rocked. The ball went out of bounds. It was knocked loose. And more constellation of stars. That's Mo Bamba. You can't miss that dude.
No, you cannot. Also, is there a basketball player featured in a more stadium played song than Mo Bamba?
Yeah, thanks Sheck West, the artist, for that.
Standing next to Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah. Matthew looks about 5'2". Mo enjoying time here where he went to school. I was hoping Kevin Durant might slide through today. Q, what do you have on?
Well, I was talking to Matt McConaughey, and I said, you know, I took my 14-year-old daughter to one of your first movies this summer, Dazed and Confused, and I said it was a bad mistake, and he laughed.
Hey, Q, you said Matt, like you guys got it like that?
First name basis?
Tight like that.
I mean, he's been in my area the entire game.
Okay.
It's interesting to watch him interact with guys like Johnny Nansen and Kyle Flood as the game goes on, giving high fives to players as they come off, and then asking me about injury information when Ewers was in the tent.
Defense number 24, 15-yard penalty, and an automatic first down.
I guess if he asks you about injury information, you can be on a first name basis.
Yeah.
But check out the reaction from Matt after the. He's saying it's offensive interference.
Yeah.
All right, offensive. Love his passion for this program.
Vociferous supporter of the program through the years. Austin resident as well. 49-7, his team up comfortably right now, and a hard run by Brandon High Jr. Close to the first down. They're going to give it to him. 5'10" redshirt freshman out of Spring, Texas. Grand Oaks High School with under 8 minutes to go. Texas on the verge of improving to 3-0 on the season. On 2nd and 1, McCown gets it out. It's complete, and they're going to get the first down. High Jr. goes low for the catch. Not sure if that's standard procedure, but the UTSA band is so high up in the stands that they could give God a high five up there. I mean, the game's a rumor from up there.
They can see San Antonio from there.
Good hit from the secondary on Devin McEwen by Roberson. Warren Roberson closed quickly to make the stop as we approach 7 minutes to go.
It is the home team's decision on where they put the visiting band. Generally in the Southeastern Conference, it is something that they get to decide, and you can't put them in the big money seats. I mean, they pack this place out. There's a reason this place makes more revenue than anybody else in the country from their athletics department.
I didn't have money. I used to sit up there, but that's when I had nothing but pocket lint. You know? 2nd and 17, and a sack on McCown. That's the 3rd sack of the evening for the Texas defense. Vasek got it done.
Came into this with 1 sack. You're going to see on the right side, just a little inside, really gets turned loose, does Vasek.
Didn't have to do much to get there, Roddy.
No, he didn't.
A loss of 11 on the play.
Very similar time of possession, exact same number of plays, very different number of yards and points for these two teams.
On 3rd and Dallas to go. Brandon High with the run and sets up a 4th down. The punt unit comes in. The clock ticks away for Texas. Hogan into punt. Bolden back at his own 16. Nose of the football down, an end over end punt. A fair catch at the 15-yard line where Texas will take over 1st and 10. Trey Owens on the sticks. On the other side of this break, our man Q got in touch on the front lines on the streets of Austin. We'll see that on the other side of this.
Keep Austin weird. Well, I can do that. Well, that's a slogan and a celebration of the unique personality that is the capital city of Austin, Texas.
It's just fun stuff to do, but for adults to kind of act like they're kids.
I think it just brings all kinds of different people. It's like a melting pot.
Have you witnessed the people walking up and down the street the last however long you've been standing here?
When a lady just lays around in horse poop.
I love the old saying that everything is bigger in Texas, especially Austin.
I tell you what, there's 6th Street, Q. There's great music in this town. Wonderful chicken fried steak if you're searching for one, which I've found on many occasions. Amongst other fantastic things to do as the jewel of Texas Hill Country. I didn't know there were hills in Texas until I came to Austin.
Yeah, I've frequented New Braunfels a number of times, San Antonio.
Right.
My wife, being from New Braunfels, loved this part of Texas.
Okay.
The hill country, although I am a little disturbed. I didn't quite catch what the guy said about horse poop, but that is weird, whatever that was.
Somebody was rolling around in horse poop.
Whoa, I didn't need to know that. That's weird.
Live music. I mean, the live music capital of
yes,
maybe the country.
This guy, Colin Page, on the loose, keeping that ball high and tight, tucked away in his right arm. A nice gain.
A variety of food choices.
Yes.
And all uniquely done. A lot of diversity. And just that free spirit. And this town is under pressure right now. With its rapid growth, it could lose its weirdness. But there's a movement to maintain that weirdness that started back in 1980.
I got some friends that can make it weird too. Running play. Colin Page got upended. Gained about 1.5 yards on the play and got some flags down in the field. With just under 4 minutes to go. We mentioned Texas's schedule.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense number 72. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Mark, there's a dive bar in Austin that treats every night like it's Christmas Eve. It's a Christmas-themed dive bar with Christmas trees and lights. They celebrate Christmas every single night.
Now that's where I draw the line.
That's weird.
I mean, it's not special if it's every night. What are we doing, people? Christmas music should be played from the day after Thanksgiving until probably New Year's. Outside of that, it should be illegal. I mean, it should be illegal to play Christmas music. You can't have a dive bar. That's Christmas Eve.
Yeah. Sounds personal there, Rod.
Takes the magic away. Look,
oh, man.
Christmas is trying to take over everything. Yeah. I mean, Thanksgiving's barely a holiday anymore because Christmas music starts playing the 1st of November. This is something I'm very passionate about.
Yeah. I can feel that. I can feel that. Yeah, you got to wait until after Thanksgiving.
Dive bar.
Now, if you want to bring the presents a little earlier, that's cool. But under 3.5 minutes to go.
Oh, and you got to buy presents for 3 kids.
Oh, hey, exactly.
Got a house at home. Well, you got to buy them for 3 kids.
I know. Incomplete pass at the 20-yard line. Dropped by Gardner. Take a little inventory on the night. Quinn Ewers started out on fire. He was given that UTSA defense work and then suffered an ab injury, we were told by head coach Steve Sarkisian at halftime. And subsequent to that, his night was over. But in relief, Arch Manning was a shooting star. Look at those numbers, 9 of 12, 4 touchdown passes. As the Roadrunners retrieve that punt, Chris Carpenter on the return down to the 32-yard line. Arch Manning, the son of Cooper Manning, the nephew of Eli and Peyton. Cooper, his daddy, could run like that. I'm not sure about his uncles, but I'll tell you what, he had enough to feed the needy tonight. Spraying that ball out to several different receivers. That arm is legit, Roddy.
The arm is legit. The athleticism is legit. And we haven't really talked about the things that led to his success today. Obviously, the preparation was legit. He was ready for the moment, having sat all year last year as the third stringer. Talked about the relationship he has with Quinn Ewers. All smiles now, and the question is, how long will he be under center for the Longhorns before that man who came into today as the Heisman Trophy favorite until he returns?
2nd down and 10. I'm going to ask you an interesting question after this run by Brandon Hyde Jr. Have you ever, can you remember the last time a Heisman Trophy front runner and first-round pick, which he's projected to be, got Wally pipped?
Yes.
Who?
Spencer Rattler.
Oh.
Came into that season at Oklahoma as the Heisman Trophy favorite. Caleb Williams comes in against Texas. They win that game.
Caleb Williams.
Spencer Rattler didn't play again until he went to South Carolina.
So you Georgia Tech cats, man, he's sharp like that. Good answer. Georgia wants you, huh? All right, we'll see. Well, the day began with us talking about the strength of this Texas squad up the middle with Jake Majors, number 65, the starting center, and Quinn Ewers, starting quarterback. Ewers has given way to Arch Manning, a result of a ab injury. And it's picked off the back of an offensive lineman. A crazy carom and a touchdown for Texas. What a return by Burke. It's been that type of day. You have to figure, Roddy, that an all-state high school lacrosse player knows how to play his angles, right?
He's Q's favorite player on the field with his lacrosse background. And I know a lot of people may have switched away from this game, but somebody alert Big Man Twitter. We got a big man touchdown.
Hashtag big man touchdown. Extra point makes it 56-7. Q's been telling us for years how athletic lacrosse players are on the football field, but this is next level.
How about the reaction and then turns on the Jets? Q, what kind of lacrosse player was Ethan Burke? Obviously all state, but
he was a no-nonsense killer of a defender, roaming the field with a 6-foot pole, skewering offensive players and throwing them out of the saloon, scooping the ball up and taking it coast to coast. He was verbal to play lacrosse at Michigan.
Wow.
The Wolverines won the Big Ten back-to-back seasons. They played in 2 NCAA tournaments. He chose to come play for Texas, and he's been a little bit of a project, but he's put on good weight, and you see that athletic IQ, the ability to make quick decisions, and he's got a little bend. He improves every time we see him.
How many sideline guys are giving you that?
0.
I just want to know.
Well, excuse me.
That is a Q special on lacrosse and football, the cross-pollination of those sports.
I think it goes to show you, I mean, you saw the athleticism of a guy who's at 260 pounds. That's the type of athleticism that you see in the game of lacrosse from elite defenders at 6'6". Are you kidding me?
Nobody's going to tackle him.
Near that guy.
It'll be a touchback. Hey, the next stop on the F1 schedule is the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Azerbaijan Grand Prix at the Baku City Circuit, the fastest street track in Formula One. Our coverage begins 5:30 a.m. Eastern with the Grand Prix Sunday on ESPN and the app. Race coverage begins at 7 a.m. Eastern. Roddy, I know you're a big F1 guy.
Oh, I'm going to be locked in. Charles Leclerc on pole, 4 different teams in the top 5. Lando Norris, one of the favorites coming in. P17, he starts 17th in a McLaren, one of the fastest cars on the grid.
Wow.
Ethan Burke.
I got to drive with you more.
Yeah, come on. and a little bit later on, Austin may host the greatest weekend in sports this country has, with Georgia coming to town and the U.S. Grand Prix down there at the Circuit of the Americas. Same weekend.
So I know one person that will be watching that for sure.
Locked in.
Let's take a look at the Longhorns' upcoming schedule. ULM coming up next, then Mississippi State, and then that important bye before the Red River Showdown against Oklahoma.
And it's by SEC standards, a very manageable SEC schedule. You saw 2 ranked teams. The SEC had 5 teams in the top 7. Oklahoma misses
Alabama?
All but one of them.
Yeah, they don't play Alabama.
No Alabama, no Missouri, no Ole Miss.
Second and 7.
Obviously, they're one, and then Georgia they have on the schedule.
And with the new 12-team college football playoff, the landscape obviously much different. Getting one of those buys is going to be important. You were at the mock selection committee. What did you learn from it this week?
I learned that we need to continue to educate people that it's a 12-team playoff. The top 4 highest rated conference champions get buys. The top 5 highest rated conference champions get automatic bids. So it's not necessarily the top 12 teams that make it. It all depends on where those conference champions fall. But the depth that the committee goes into to decide the rankings is tremendous.
Yeah.
The work that they do, the hours that they put in, it's a thankless job, especially when you have to make tough decisions like last year.
Well, the way it's shaping up right now in trending and tracking, Quinn Ewers and the guys in burnt orange are a good bet to be in the conversation and then some. All smiles from Arch Manning, who began the game as QB2 and ended up as QB1. The result of an injury. Yeah, the booming sounds of success resonating across Austin tonight, deep into the night, as Texas wins it 56-7, a convincing win for the Longhorns and head coach Steve Sarkisian. Just hope that it wasn't too much of a Pyrrhic victory with the injury to quarterback number 1, Quinn Ewers. Ewers was 14 of 16, threw a couple of touchdowns, had a pick. Manning was 9 of 12, had 4 touchdown passes.
Other than Quinn Ewers, which is a big other than, but it seems like Texas got out of this pretty healthy, and even though it wasn't clean the entire time, I think Steve Sarkisian should be pleased with his team's ability to come out and take care of business, and certainly pleased with the development that you saw of Arch Manning.
Let's go downstairs to Quinn.
Congratulations, Coach. Probably know, as a backup quarterback, you're never going to enter a game under ideal circumstances. Either the starting quarterback's struggling or he gets hurt. How did Arch react when you first called his name?
Well, I think Arch is always ready to play. You know, we push these guys every day in practice. We make it really competitive, and I thought he came and did a really nice job tonight.
How do you describe his running ability?
Well, he's a better athlete than people think. I think he got his grandpa's athleticism. I don't know if he got his uncle's.
In terms of overall improvement, what did you see from the Longhorns?
Well, I just think we're being efficient on both sides of the ball. We gave up the long run. We stubbed our toe a couple times in the red area, but I thought our guys played well tonight.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
For the second time in Coach Sark's tenure here in Texas, they start off 3-0. The convincing 56-7 win. Bond with a couple of touchdowns today in the process as well. Don't forget, folks, college football scoreboard is coming up next, followed by San Diego State and Cal. For Roddy Jones, Quinn Kesenick, and our entire talented crew behind the camera you never get a chance to see, Anthony DeMarco and Kim Belton, our producer director, I'm Mark Jones. Let's go to the studio.